basically where it all began. Fabio invited us to cast the semifinals of the League of Legends tournament for the LGX 2018. So we went up to his apartment and squeezed in this really tiny room, sat in front of a green screen, and we were filmed by like a casual Logitech camera, and we just started to cast.
Yeah, and it was the first casting experience we ever had, so obviously we were really not that good. We were talking a lot of nonsense and we were swearing to the streams, so it was... But we had fun, and I think that's the most important, and it came across to the viewership.
Yeah, also to the organizers, since they actually also asked us to cast the finals at the live event of the LGX 2018 on stage in front of all of the live viewers. And I think that was maybe a bit of an overwhelming at first, but also really exciting experience we had there. And I don't know, I think we enjoyed it both quite enough, so we want to do more, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the starting point where we said we are gonna found Luxembourg Rift Tournaments right now.
Our first few events were pretty overwhelming, to say the least. I think our first live stream had like 25 viewers, which for us was quite a lot.
But still, the first season also had its challenges. Mostly in finding teams for the tournaments, because we were not able to afford any prize pools back then, and that's what attracted good teams the most. In the end, it didn't matter that much, because Luxembourg Rift Tournaments was always a fun project, and we were there to provide something fun to the community, and I think we did.
Oh my god! Oh, we are in the game!
Should have done it at Snoop Dogg's game for God.
We even had a pretty cathartic end to the season. I think the few weeks before our last tournament, the Baron fight, 11 have contacted us and asked us if we want to host the Kinepolis Legends Cup 2019 for the LGX at the Lux Expo, and of course we accepted.
And that was a huge amount of work back then. We had to contact the teams, get in touch with all the people connected to the event, and it was quite insane, but in the end it was definitely worth it, because we were able to be back on that big stage and provide something really cool to the audience. Then came the announcement for POS Esports League, and I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. I mean, obviously, a sponsor like POS willing to invest into the scene was great, and it would become huge. But for our little fun project and the Luxembourg Rift Tournaments League, that would mean that we would drop absolutely insignificant.
Yeah, it was pretty terrifying competition indeed, and we just knew that we wouldn't be able to keep up, right? However, in the end, it played out pretty differently than we expected.
I give it to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Trax, for that very nice introduction of yours. I think they have really gained a lot of confidence.
Drops the Ragnarok and does a lot of damage to the Leona, but is forced to go back as there is damage coming back. Plau picks up a kill on him.
And with that, we are going into a short break
for the pick here. And Wayne is just doing so much damage. Shalia instantly pops under the tower.
Again, that Galio, he went full AP, Rabadon's first item, which is quite questionable.
But they are getting taken apart, and Team Slick is taking home the first game of this best of 3 against all odds.
In the end, we were heavily involved with the POS Esports League. We did some admin work in the background, we even had our own weekly live show about it, and we even got asked to cast and do some more behind the scenes work for the playoffs as well as the finals.
We also got our share of the success of POS Esports League. Our own social media started gaining influence. We had more viewers than ever before on our streams, and more teams started participating on our tournaments. We started rethinking our position. Where do we stand, and what are our goals? What are our strengths and weaknesses, and where do we want to go with Luxembourg Rift Tournaments?
In conclusion, we decided that if we wanted to stay relevant in the developing esports scene here in Luxembourg, we needed to grow and to change.
Well, it all started in Champ Select, in my opinion. Hopefully might have been a bit too greedy there.